with GM Financial. That's 16% below MSRP on this Chevy Equinox.
Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealer.
I had the greatest vacation ever. We stayed at the Cape Cod Resort in Hyannis. They had an amazing water park with huge water slides. The Rainbow Falls outdoor pool lit up at night and is heated for winter too. The food at the Hearth and Kettle was awesome. There was so much going on right at the hotel. Plus, I love the sunset. We stayed a night at the John Carver Inn in Plymouth too. Mom went to the Beach Plum Spa, and Dad loved the Waterfire Tavern. But the Pilgrim Cove pool was my favorite. I can't wait to go back.
A big employer in the state is raising the minimum wage for hourly workers to $15 an hour. Hartford Healthcare announced the increase and says it goes into effect March 31st. The new rate will directly benefit more than 2,400 of Hartford Healthcare's approximately 20,000 employees throughout Connecticut. Hartford Healthcare says the investment in its staff will help in 3 areas: employee retention, attracting applicants, and improving employee satisfaction.
Well, as the gloomy winter months are upon us, a local lawmaker is looking to give you an extra hour of daylight at the end of your work or school day. State Representative Kurt Vail has proposed a bill that would do away with the biannual time change and move to a different time zone. The bill requires Massachusetts and Rhode Island to join in the switch from Eastern to Atlantic Standard Time. And that means it is 6:13 right now, but on Atlantic time, it would be 7:13.
I went through some rough times, but thanks to some help, I'm able to, get out of that.
A teenager kicked out of her home and forced to live on the streets. We'll hear her story about being homeless and getting the help that turned her life around.
2 storms are in the 7-day forecast. One small, one could be really big. My latest thinking on timing and the impact they will have when Channel 3 Eyewitness News continues.
Chris Pratt engaged. Details on his romantic proposal to Katherine Schwarzenegger. Plus, Meghan Markle's due date and new drama surrounding the Duchess. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3. The best winter ever in a brand new Subaru Outback, starting at only $26,345 with 0% financing or lease for only $249 per month. Featuring standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Outback is built for winter adventures. Buckle up for the best winter ever. This will be the best winter ever. This will be.
This winter, find what you love in New York State. Plan your winter escape at iloveny.com.
When people hurt, I have to help. That's why I went to Post University to learn how to be a counselor. Their human services program had several concentrations, including one in clinical mental health counseling that was perfect for my career. And I was able to take classes online, working around my schedule. Post was with me every step of the way.
Career-focused, customizable education. Learn how Post makes it personal at post.edu.
My teeth were in horrid condition, so I spent years talking like this. And then I found Aspen Dental. Having the denture lab on site, you can do everything there. I wish I had not waited 3 years, because the first time I stood in front of the mirror and I smiled, it felt like I was me again. And that was just the coolest feeling ever.
At Aspen Dental, we're all about yes. Like yes to same-day dentures with our on-site lab. Yes, dentures start at $3.99. And yes, we'll get you smiling in a day. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL today.
Now, Channel 3 early morning weather with Chief Meteorologist Bruce DePriest.
Well, it was a beautiful winter day for sure. Yes, it was cold, but the sun came out in full force this afternoon. And Ed Larkin sent in this photo. This is Tyler Lake in Goshen. He says the ice is clear, it's black, and it's about 4 inches thick, but he said that you still have to be very, very careful. And keep that in mind. If you venture out on any ice, it could be very dangerous. We have just not had enough cold weather, and certainly not much in the way of snow. Let's take a look at the snowfall season to date. And of course, you know, we had that big snowstorm in November. That was Winter Storm Zoe. But ever since then, not much. So 8.3 inches of snow at Windsor Locks season to date. Normal season to date is 14.9. Last winter, up to this point, we had 20 inches. But in the winter of 1995-96, we had 66.9 inches of snow through January 14th. And meanwhile, in 2006-2007, only a trace of snow through January 14th. All right, early warning pinpoint Dopplers scanning the state dry. That's the way it's going to stay. We have a crystal clear sky over Hartford right now. The same is true in New London tonight. And there's the temperatures for you. We have readings in the 20s across most of Connecticut except 30 in Bridgeport. That is the warm spot. We got a light breeze out there. In fact, it has become calm now in Windsor Locks, Meriden, Hartford, and also New Haven, right along the I-95 corridor. Even in Danbury, we have calm conditions now. So the combination of mainly clear skies and light winds will allow temperatures to fall. And right now, the wind chill is pretty close to the actual air temperature. So some good news there. A little patch of clouds will work across Connecticut over the next few hours. We've got a storm offshore, but for the most part, we're going to stay quiet right through Thursday. So the stretch of dry weather continues for a while longer. So clear to partly cloudy skies on Futurecast tonight. And tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have mostly sunny skies mixing with some partial cloudiness during the afternoon. Then on ahead to Wednesday, we're going to see a cold front approach from the west. Out ahead of it, a southwesterly flow of slightly mild air. Then later in the day, some snow showers and flurries will approach from the northwest. Just a slight chance a few of those will survive in Connecticut. And then Friday morning, we're going to be dealing with snow and a wintry mix. But what about that weekend storm? Saturday morning, according to the American model, the GFS, we're dry. Snow knocking on our doorstep Saturday evening. It overspreads the state Saturday night. And then Sunday, it could change to an icy mix and maybe even rain across most of the state before changing back to all snow in the afternoon and evening. Now, the European model shows the snow will be moving in by Saturday evening, becoming heavy at times, and that model also shows an even more dramatic change to an icy mix or rain as we go into the day on Sunday, and then a change back to snow Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. So there's a lot of possibilities with this storm. Just a shift to the north or south in the track of 20 to 50 miles could make the difference between a major snowstorm and a major ice and rainstorm. So something to really watch over the coming days. So lows tonight, 10 to 18 across most of Connecticut. Highs tomorrow in the low and middle 30s. Here's your 7-day forecast. Wednesday, partly sunny, breezy, and a little bit milder. A high of 40 will drop to near 20 Wednesday night. And Thursday, a colder day, mostly sunny, near 30. Friday morning could be problematic with snow and rain and a wintry mix. Not a big storm, but not good timing. A high of 36 when the clouds clear away in the afternoon. The clouds move in Saturday. Some snow arrives Saturday evening. And then for now, we're forecasting an icy mix and rain changing to snow in the afternoon and evening. That could be a impactful storm for the second half of the weekend. And then Monday, fortunately, it's a holiday, so we don't have to worry about school closings on Monday, but it will be windy and cold with a high of 26. For the shoreline, a high of 37 for your Tuesday.
All right, thank you, Bruce. Now, new at 6, while you're in the warmth of your own home tonight, you might not realize that thousands of teens in our state are without a place to lay their heads tonight.
But some money coming into our state is going toward finding ways to cut those numbers. Channel 3's Courtney Zeller shows us how it's already working.
Natalie Garcia is one of the many teens in our state who is considered homeless.
I had originally become homeless because I had been kicked out of my house by my parents.
Natalie says she was kicked out after telling her parents she's transgender. But after getting help from a local organization, she's back on her feet.
I went through some rough times, but thanks to some help, I'm able to, get out of that and be able to, have a job, get an apartment, all those kinds of things that are kind of essential.
Natalie's success story is what these organizations strive to do. The Connections, John Lawler is the director of Homeless Youth, which helps teens in the Hartford area.
This is called the invisible population for a reason. When you're young and you don't have a place to stay, you don't want other people to know that you don't have a place to stay, that you're homeless.
He says there's about 5,000 homeless teens in our state, a number that rises every year, and that's usually due to family issues.
family conflict, family rejection, family breakdown. So while the symptom that we come across is that this young person is homeless, the disease, so to speak, is really the breakdown in family communication relationships. And so a lot of our services are geared to try to help repair those particular relationships.
The state received $6.5 million through the Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program. It's being used to create crisis housing beds like this one in Hartford. Youth navigators will work with teens to help them with community-based services. And some money is also available for teens needing help with a down payment for an apartment. Now that Natalie is on her own, she's helping others.
I'm able to get more of these kinds of resources for other young people. I know lots of young people like me that really need these resources, so I'm so thankful.
If you're a homeless teen and you need help, call 211 and you will be connected to local organizations. Courtney Zeller, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Connolly, and coming up tonight at 11, rodents causing big problems in parts of Hartford. We'll talk to city leaders about what's being done to fix the problem. Plus, a popular summer event in Middletown being called off this year. The reason why and what it could mean for local businesses. Join us for all of today's top stories tonight at 11.
I grew up in the Dominican Republic. We had fresh fruit every day. Stop and Shop helps me by having my fruits, my veggies. It just brings me back. Seeing my kids love it. I don't know, it just feels good.
What does help for heart failure look like?
The beat goes on.
It looks like Emily, cooking dinner for 10.
The beat goes on.
It looks like Jonathan, on a date with his wife. Entresto is a heart failure medicine that helps your heart, so you can keep on doing what you love. In the largest heart failure study ever, Entresto was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. It helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Yeah. Entrust your heart to Entresto.
The beat goes on.
I grew up in the Dominican Republic. We had fresh fruit every day. Stop and Shop helps me by having my fruits, my veggies. It just brings me back. Seeing my kids love it. I don't know, it just feels good.
Every evening, we want to put the power of truth in your hands.
What's your message to the people who could do something?
The CBS Evening News with Jeff Galore.
Make your home improvement dreams a reality at the Hartford Home Show, Saturday, January 19th and Sunday, January 20th at the Excel Center, and enjoy free admission. Find a beautiful new kitchen or luxurious new bathroom. Whatever your dream, check out hundreds of fabulous home improvement companies to make it come true. Shop, compare, and save. For hours and directions to the Hartford Home Show, visit homeshowhartford.com.
Right now at Burger King, get your favorite sandwich plus fries and a drink with the $5 meal deal. Get the Whopper sandwich, the crispy chicken sandwich, or spicy crispy chicken sandwich plus fries and a drink with the $5 meal deal. Only at Burger King.
Here's the weather update. A powerful winter storm is bearing down. Expect gusts of adrenaline with gripping conditions. Several inches of value will accumulate. Conditions are ideal. Get ready to go places. Right now, get $1,000 customer cash on a new Tacoma or get $1,500 customer cash on a new Tundra. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Patrick. Instead of using his phone just to talk to clients, he's also using it to speak to his bottom line. With Liberty Bank, he's depositing checks right from his mobile device. You're banking without boundaries, Pat. You've found your confident place. Liberty Bank.
All right, Tuesday's looking pretty good. We're going to start out in the teens, make our way up to 30 to 37, and we're going to stay quiet through Thursday. But Friday morning, snow and a wintry mix. Not a big storm, but it could have an impact on the commute. A big storm Saturday night and Sunday. We'll refine that forecast over the next few days.
All right, thank you, Bruce, and thank you for sharing your comments.
Good night, everybody.
Connecticut winters can be brutal.
It is snarling up things.
That's why Connecticut relies on early warning weather.
We want to see what's going on at your house.
Weather alert days to keep you prepared.
The models are coming in hot and heavy.
Connecticut's only live Doppler to keep you safe.
Wave after wave of heavy snow.
The most experienced team to keep you in the know.
Certainly some good news.
Getting you through another Connecticut winter like no one else can. Early warning weather, exclusively on Eyewitness News.
I wanted to lose weight in a proven and healthy way. Kim found compassionate doctors and nurses at Medi Weight Loss. They created a personalized medical program just for me. I lost 100 pounds. What are you waiting for? Call today to schedule your free clinical assessment.
I'm looking for something
awesome.
Very cool.
It's Raymore and Flanagan's Customer Appreciation Sale. Everything is on sale with no interest until 2025. Save $600 on this 4-piece sectional with love seat. Save 22% on this queen storage bed. Plus, get a free 55-inch TV with select mattress purchases. The Customer Appreciation Sale at Raymore and Flanagan.
The best winter ever in the all-new 3-row 2019 Subaru Ascent, starting at only $31,995 or lease for only $339 per month. The Ascent offers up to 5,000 pounds of towing capacity, so you'll love playing in the snow. Buckle up for the best winter ever. This will be the best winter ever. This will be.
I had the greatest vacation ever. We stayed at the Cape Cod Resort in Hyannis. They had an amazing water park with huge water slides. The Rainbow Falls outdoor pool lit up at night and is heated for winter too. The food at the Hearth and Kettle was awesome. There was so much going on right at the hotel. Plus, I love the sunset. We stayed a night at the John Carver Inn in Plymouth too. Mom went to the Beach Plum Spa and Dad loved the Water Fire Tavern. But the Pilgrim Cove pool was my favorite. I can't wait to go back.
Dear men, we really need you to take better care of yourselves. You can start with Hartford Healthcare's Men's Health Services. Please do it for your health and someone you love.
The Ford Escape is the car you want when you want an SUV. But also the SUV you want when you want a car.
Now lease a 4-wheel drive Ford SUV for as low as $159 a month, or buy with up to $4,500 total cash, including $500 auto show bonus cash.
2 reps, $2. Now we're out up to
Dunkin' Go-To's. A great deal for $2, $4, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'.
Introducing the all-new Early Warning Weather Tracker on Eyewitness News.
Medi Weight Loss created a medical plan just for me.
I lost over 100 pounds.
I lost 47 pounds.
And a portion of my visits were covered by my insurance plan.
Lose up to 20 pounds the first month. Medi Weight Loss, now accepting insurance.
With more exclusive stories from Milford, Eyewitness News is everywhere.
On the CBS Evening News this Monday, the chilling confession of a man charged with kidnapping Jamie Kloss and killing her parents. We are inside Syria with Kurdish forces begging the U.S. not to withdraw, and the woman who made NFL history. All that and much more beginning with the headlines in 60 seconds.
Justice will be served. The suspect accused of kidnapping Jamie Kloss is being charged with homicide, kidnapping, and burglary.
I want him to know that he messed with us as a unit and that good wins.
Day 24 of the partial government shutdown.
TSA is seeing a sharp increase in the number of absences, prompting longer lines at airports.
We can't sustain this as a country.
An extraordinary statement from an American president.
I never worked for Russia.
President Trump is pushing back after reports that the FBI opened an inquiry into whether or not he was an agent of Russia.
It's a whole big fat hoax.
Cleanup is underway from the powerful winter storm that swept across the country.
The massive storm is now blamed for at least 9 deaths.
We did everything we were supposed to do, but we couldn't keep up.
A scare at a UPS facility in New Jersey after a man armed with a gun took 2 women hostage.
The suspect has been apprehended.
Tens of thousands of teachers in Los Angeles head to the picket line after a breakdown in contract talks.
Public education is worth fighting for.
UCLA gymnast Caitlin Ohashi is an internet star after she got a perfect 10 for her floor routine.
Everybody's talking about one specific move.
Oh. It hurts to watch.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Glor. We are going to begin here tonight with a list of stunning details in a police report revealed today. In it, investigators say a young man details how and why he kidnapped 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and killed her parents. The suspect, Jake Patterson, appeared in a Wisconsin court by video today. Arresting officers say Patterson told them, quote, "I did it." Court papers detail the abduction and the killings allegedly done in the dark of night. Kloss, now back with relatives, was held for nearly 3 months before she managed to escape last Thursday. Jamie Yukas begins our coverage.
With 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide.
21-year-old Jake Patterson briefly appeared in a Barron County, Wisconsin courtroom via video link, charged with 2 counts of murder, burglary, and the kidnapping of 13-year-old Jamie Kloss. The most extensive details of the 88-day saga were revealed through investigative interviews with Jamie Kloss and Jake Patterson and laid out in the criminal complaint. On October 15th, Patterson shot Jamie's father, James, in the head with a 12-gauge shotgun through the front door of the Klosses' home in the middle of the night. Jamie told officials she and her mother, Denise, were hiding in the bathroom, where Patterson eventually found them. Jamie was in a bear hug with her mother, who was on the phone with 911. Patterson allegedly told Denise to hang up, forced her to tape Jamie's hands, and then shot her. He placed Jamie in the trunk of his car. Kloss said she heard sirens drive by a short time after Patterson began driving. Jamie vanished without a trace. Today, the complaint answered how Patterson targeted her. Patterson told authorities he saw Jamie getting off the school bus at her Barron, Wisconsin home after he quit his job at a local cheese shop. He allegedly told police he picked her as the girl he was going to take. He spent weeks planning the kidnapping. He stated he drove by Jamie's house twice to try and kidnap her, shaved his head, and showered to prevent leaving DNA. The community searched for nearly 3 months, not knowing Jamie was just 60 miles away. The complaint describes how Patterson kept her secret. The complaint says Jamie was forced to hide under Patterson's bed. He used storage bins full of weights to keep her boxed in and threatened bad things would happen if she tried to escape. But that's exactly what she did on Thursday. After Patterson left the home, Jamie pushed her way out, put on a pair of shoes on the wrong feet, and left the house.
I have a young lady at my house right now, and she says her name is Jamie Kloss.
She was taken to a nearby home where they called 911.
A neighbor just walked up with her to our house and asked us to call 911.
That neighbor was Jeannie Nutter, who stumbled across Jamie.
She said, "He killed my parents. I want to go home. Help me."
11 minutes after the 911 call was made, police pulled over Patterson's vehicle, which, according to the report, he told them, "I know what this is about. I did it." Richard Jones and Charles Glenn are Patterson's defense attorneys.
When you have something like this where there is a confession within the criminal complaint, how does it impact the case?
Well, you have to look at it differently. Obviously, it's not there's not much speculation in there, according to the criminal complaint drafted by a very good district attorney, right? But then you have to still investigate. You have to still look at it. You have to give options to your client.
At a press conference immediately following the court appearance, the district attorney said there could be additional charges from the county where Patterson allegedly held Jamie captive. Patterson is being held on $5 million bail. Jeff Patterson's next court date is February 6th.
So troubling. All right, Jamie, thank you. But 2 of Jamie Kloss's aunts and a cousin told CBS This Morning's Gail King they are surrounding her with love and helping her heal.
I mean, the strength that this little girl has and the pride that we have in her for it, and that's instantly what I thought.
At 13 years old, I think, you know, there are grown people, I think, that would have been paralyzed in fear.
In fear, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And to beat him in his own game and to survive and get out of there, I mean, wow.
Yeah, how is Jamie doing with the loss of her parents?
To my knowledge, she hasn't spoke of them yet.
No, that hasn't even been talked about.
You can tell when you're there for a few hours that she has a lot going on in her head.
What's the best thing that we can all do to help Jamie, to help this family at this time?
Keep her in your prayers, because she's got a long road. You know, she's got a lot of stuff to deal with.
Patience.
Yep,
Be
one
patient.
day at a time.
Patience, love, and keeping her, making sure she's feeling safe.
What a great question. What's the best thing we can do to help? Lynn Claus told Gail it's an amazing, happy ending to such a horrible beginning. On day 24 of the partial government shutdown, more Americans are feeling the pinch tonight, especially at airports. And the president today seemed to rule out one possible way to end it. Here's Major Garrett.
Before leaving for New Orleans, President Trump told reporters he has, for the time being, shelved the threat of declaring a national emergency on the border.
Now, I have the absolute legal right to call it, but I'm not looking to do that because this is too simple.
The declaration could allow the White House to use Pentagon funds to accelerate construction of barriers on the southern border.
We're going to have a wall. We're going to have a barrier. We're going to have something that's going to be very strong.
Addressing the Farm Bureau Federation, the president said the partial government shutdown will continue until Democrats cave.
I will never, ever back down. I didn't need this fight. This is a rough fight.
The fight has led to gridlock at some airports around the country as tens of thousands of TSA personnel have been working without pay since the shutdown began.
I've got 2 kids in college, so that has an impact.
Atlanta, the busiest airport in the world, saw longer security lines as TSA workers called in sick in higher than normal numbers. Houston's Bush Intercontinental was forced to close a checkpoint. TSA officials fear they've reached a tipping point and expect the number of sick calls to increase in the coming days, impacting major airports nationwide. On the Senate floor, the stalemate dragged on.
Walton fences still work.
Everyone knows it's a waste of taxpayer money.
Democrats refused to come to the negotiating table with a legitimate offer.
Tonight, the president is hosting the national champion Clemson University football team. Most White House residential staff furloughed, so the president bought dinner. American fast food, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Domino's Pizza. To quote the president, we have some very large people that like eating. Jeff?
Okay, Major, thank you very much. Hardest hit are the hundreds of thousands of federal workers who are not being paid right now. Tonight, we have more of their stories. A veteran and longtime government employee spoke to us. Here's Chip Reed.
Lynette Gabarelle has been a federal employee for 38 years, including 10 years in the Navy. She says she's all about service. But this morning, she was all about shoveling and scraping, even though she had nowhere to go. That's because Gabarelle has been furloughed from her job at the International Trade Commission. A single mother of 3 grown children, 2 of whom live with her, she's worried about her mortgage and her diabetes medications.
Are you getting to the point where you're going to have to make a choice between insulin and paying the mortgage?
For this month, I'm good. But starting next month, if this furlough goes into February, yes.
Her 19-year-old son, Kieran, is helping any way he can because he hates to see his mother spinning her wheels.
He took up extra shifts at his restaurant so he can help me to get my insulin.
And how does it make you feel that he has to help you do that?
It's wonderful knowing that I'm loved in this way, but it hurts me as a mom that my son has to pick up extra shifts to help me get medications that before I had no problems paying for.
She's endured shutdowns for years, but says this one is the most senseless of all.
I feel like I'm a pawn in some political game.
Chip Reed, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
The president today addressed questions raised in 2 newspapers regarding his dealings with Russia. Paula Reed on what the president said.
It's beautiful. I never worked for Russia. It's a whole big fat hoax.
The president issued that denial today in response to a New York Times report. The FBI opened an investigation into whether he